So, quick backstory. During Thanksgiving, I went over to Jamila's place, and this would be my second time being there for Thanksgiving. So, thank God that it's been a full year and still accepted as part of the family. It's been the second best. Actually, this year was the best Thanksgiving yet. Last year was the best Thanksgiving yet. And so, maybe next year will be the best one. Who knows? However, every year they have this tradition where they have a talent show. Last year, for the talent show, we did a huge thing where it was kind of like a flash mob, and that's actually in one of the videos on YouTube that I posted. I forgot what the name of it is, but I'll provide the link inside the bio. Sorry if you keep on seeing me like looking like there's people distracting me over there. Like keep on walking by. Hey. So, lost my train of thought for a moment. Anyway, this year we were supposed to also do a talent show, and we didn't get around to it for whatever reason. However, I was trying to prepare a poem for the talent show, and I wrote this freestyle poem like 30 minutes before we all started to eat, just so I would have something to like read off and recite. And we didn't end up doing the talent show, and I was like, okay, that's great. But at the same time, I was like, dang, this poem actually turned out to be pretty good. And I thought that since nobody's been yet to read it, to hear it, I should just post it on YouTube, and who knows, maybe y'all like it, maybe y'all resonate with it. I don't know. At this time during Thanksgiving and 2 weeks before Thanksgiving and all of that, I was feeling really gloomy, depressed, lonely, and all of that was coming out of like just feeling inadequate and unappreciated. And I had this huge feeling of people not really caring about the things that I had to say. And even big secret, my spontaneous speaking video on thinking like a visionary was supposed to be an encouragement to me. So I thought that was pretty like ironic. Like I had to watch that and remind myself like, yo, you have to remember what you're doing. Even today I posted something on Instagram, and it was from my devotional, and my new life verse, 2 Peter 1, I think it's 13 to 15. You can go check that out, DEEZY number 2, blessed, and you see what I have to say on there. Nonetheless, because I was feeling that type of way, then I wrote this poem called Man in the Mirror. And just another quick thing, like for my birthday, Jamila had caught wind of this, even though she's still yet to hear the poem even to this moment. Probably she'll hear it like once she sees the video. Hey Jamila. But yeah, she threw me a birthday party on Thursday, right now Saturday, and Sunday. And for that birthday party, for any of y'all who do care, the concept was she invited everybody over who was genuinely interested in MBTI and what I wanted to do with it in the future and everything. So it was cool. There was probably like 16 to 20 people there that I knew all of their types, and it was kind of like a Q&A session where they just all sat down with me, and they were asking me questions like, oh, pick me, like me next. And I'm just sitting down in this hot seat, and they're asking me questions about themselves, and I was answering them according to what I know about them and what I know about their personality type. And I was explaining what I want to do with that in my ministry in the future. And it was just amazing. Like, that went on from like around 9 o'clock to like 1:30 a.m. So that was awesome. I definitely, since that day, have not been feeling like, oh, people don't really care about the things that I have to say and all of that. However, that's just, all of that a backstory to let you know about this poem that I'm about to recite to you, and how I was feeling during that poem. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start reciting the poem. It's called Man in the Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me, how many would be there for me if I were to fall? How many confidants would I be able to call before I realized they were constituents after all? have a vision. When I speak, I would like the whole room to listen. When I tweet, I would like everyone to read between the lines and see the message I'm trying to send into the rest of the sea, causing ripples so they may see the impact that I may be, which is what's driving me to become who I am aspiring to be. I don't speak just to fill the air. If you find me to be talkative, my mistake. I apologize. I just thought you cared. I like to think of my thoughts as beautiful abstract concepts with a bit of flair that if were to get wrapped up in your hair and seep deep into your mind, you'd find that I'm actually quite weird. But that's okay, because I have seared into my brain that I have been wired this way for a reason. This has been my season of personal development, self-discovery, and throughout the whole process, I'm grateful that God has covered me. I am grateful for those who never made me feel like an outcast, like my tongue only speaks absurdity but actually value my insight. It is such people that have allowed me to stare into my own reflection after years of deflecting insults, discouragement, and sharp darts targeted for my heart and be proud of who I am and who I'm becoming. Like Joseph, who became king years after having a dream that the whole solar system was bowing down to him, hours before all hell broke loose and created a series of unfortunate events. Or even Job, whose friends were trying to convince him he had to repent due to the horror he was suffering before his transcendence. I am learning more and more to believe in Proverbs 3:5-6. And Romans 8:28. Everything happens for a reason. This is my season. And God is sovereign above all, so mirror, mirror on the wall, who would be there when I fall? Although I can count a small handful of people, I know God would be there to release me from the grip of evil. Done.